Hi, everybody. Welcome to our inaugural episode of Travel with GingerMMT. This is going to be both a video and an audio podcast. And this is my husband, Evan. Evan is my right hand in my travel business. He assists me with a lot of our social media, research and a lot of our social media posts. He is integral in the editing process and the filming process of all of our YouTube videos. So even though it's my name that is attached to the business, it's very much a team effort. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that while I'm planning trips and servicing trips, he's watching our two children so that they don't burn the house down or something while I'm doing work in my office. So kind of the reason why we decided that we wanted to do this was just to give, first of all, you all the opportunity to get to know us a little bit better on a more personal level, particularly Evan, who really isn't in front of the camera very much.
I don't matter. All that matters is her.
No, that's not true. But we also wanted to give another outlet for people to access our content. You obviously can't or you shouldn't be watching YouTube while you're driving, but you can listen to a podcast. And
that's
so,
right.
We just wanted to give people more opportunities to engage with the content and hopefully learn a little bit more about travel and a little bit more specifically about Disney and Universal, which is really going to be our main focus for this podcast. We'll kind of branch out into other destinations from time to time, but I think most of the time, wouldn't you agree, we're probably going to focus
Absolutely.
Primarily on Disney and Universal too. And that's honestly just because it's our favorite places to go. So it's where we have a lot of our personal experiences vacationing together as a couple and as a family. But it's also just something that we love and we like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And since she bragged on me for a minute, I'm going to brag on her for a minute. I have the luxury, one of the things that Ginger said was that we wanted to do this so you all could get to know us a little better. Mm-hmm. And I have the luxury of actually making sure we were recording that. I have the luxury of getting to see her in action, behind the scenes. And, I hope that everyone understands just how hard she works for her clients. It's very impressive. There have been mornings where she got wind that maybe a promotion would fall, and she was up at 4 a.m. And saving clients over $800 before 6 a.m. by retroactively applying that new promotion to their Disney reservation. And so she has a tremendous work ethic, and I so respect her for that. And I want the people who watch her to know that, because she really does work incredibly hard for her clients. But this podcast, I'm excited because I get to, hang out with my best friend. And so, we're going to talk about stuff. And I'm more of a, type A personality, I suppose. And so I was trying to structure it, and Ginger was like, this is going to be a conversation. And I'm like, that's probably better. And so, but just so you all know how this is going to be arranged, and so you can know what to expect from us on a weekly basis. This will be a weekly podcast. Mm-hmm. Now, this week in particular, today's Tuesday that this is being released. Well, typically our episodes are going to be released every Thursday. And so that we figure that gives everybody 2 days during the week to listen to them in the car. And then by the weekend, and the audio and video will both release on the same day, the same Thursday. And by the weekends are typically when our YouTube channel, Ginger's YouTube channel.
Our YouTube channel.
Well, I appreciate that. That's when we see increase in views. And so this will be on there in time for the weekend, crowd to check it out as well. And so that's the plan. We're going to do this every Thursday. And we're really excited. We got some really cool, fun ideas to do every month. Depending on if it's a 4 or 5 week month, there will always be 1 week where we interview someone. We've already got a couple people lined up. That's going to start in April. Mm-hmm. The first one we'll have is a former Disney cast member and Disney college program participant. So that'll be really cool to get to hear her. Mm-hmm. Then we've also got Ginger's agency's owner, Carrie Dillon, who will be joining us during the summer for the 6th anniversary of Marvelous Mouse Travels. And so that'll be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. One thing that we're both excited about, just last night, actually, we were sitting there,
kind of planning out what we wanted to do for each week. Yeah.
And so we've decided that every month, once a month, we'll have a Is It Worth It episode.
And that's one of the biggest questions that I get as an agent, whether it's from my own clients or from our agency sponsors a lot of tips groups on Facebook. And almost always, daily, there are multiple people that are asking, well, what about the dining plan? Is the dining plan worth it? Or is staying on property worth it? Or magic bands worth it? All kinds of stuff. And so I was like, what a great series of podcasts that you could do for both Disney and Universal, because that's clearly a common question if, I see it as much as I do. And I'm clearly not interacting with all of the American public. So even in the small subset that I am interacting with, I just see a lot of questions about that. So we thought once per month we'd tackle one of those questions.
Yeah, and they're going to be fun. Next Thursday, which would be March the something. Next Thursday.
Math is hard. Yeah. And it's kind of late at night when we're filming this, so we're pretty tired.
And we're filming it, ahead of time, so we're trying to think ahead. But next Thursday, that will be the first Is It Worth It segment, and we're going to do Disney's Memory Maker.
It'll be the 5th. March 5th.
So it'll be a week from that. So it'd be, because this is the 3rd that this is being released, because that'd be a Tuesday, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then the first episode we're going to do is why use a travel agent. Like that has to, that's obviously the first thing we need to talk about.
So it'd be the 12th then.
So the 12th. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And so the 12th we will release the first Is It Worth It episode, and it's going to be Disney's Memory Maker. Mm-hmm. Is it worth it? We've got Universal Express Pass. Is it worth it? And that's going to be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Then once a month we also want to do. So that's 2 of the 4 weeks of the month. 1 week we'll always have like an informative, very helpful podcast. Hopefully they're all helpful and fun too. But then another week we want to just have fun. Yeah. And we're going to pick, some fun topic. Like this month, the fun week is going to be the last Thursday of this month. And we're going to talk about, it's typically going to be the last Thursday of the month. This one will be what we think are the top 10 Disney Disney songs. Or do we do movies or songs this month?
I don't remember.
We've got it all written down on our calendar. But 1 month is going to be top 10 Disney songs, top 10 underrated Disney songs, top 10 rides, and that kind of stuff.
These are games that we play in the car on long car rides. We'll say okay, based on plot, top 5 Disney movies, based on soundtrack, top 5. And so we thought,
and that was one thing fun. I was thinking about yesterday morning as we were getting ready. If we do top 10 Disney songs, you almost have to break it into 2 different categories, like specific to the movie, because Let It Go was a iconic song, but it's not really transferable outside the Disney movie, it's specific to the movie. So I don't know, it's just fun stuff we think about. And so we'll,
maybe we're nerds, but we're fine with that.
It's
okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We also want this to be incredibly interactive. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to feel like you're a part of this. And so we invite you to go to anchor.fm/GingerMMT. That's anchor.fm/GingerMMT. And there's a button on that website where you can leave us a voice message, and we will play your voice message on one of our podcasts. And because every single week at the end of the episode, we want to answer 1 or 2 questions. It'll probably be Ginger answering it. But we want to answer 1 or 2 questions that you may have about anything related to travel, anything related to Disney, and we want to, if you would like to submit a video, you can. You can email us a video, and on the video broadcast of this on YouTube, we'll show your video. Now, legally, we have to say, if you submit that, you're, granting GingerMMT permission to use, your image and likeness.
Name and likeness and voice and everything else.
And, you won't receive, you acknowledge you won't receive compensation or whatever. I guess legally we have to say that, but that'd just be a fun way to include you in this podcast. And that's really what we want to do. Yeah. We want it to be interactive. We want it to be something you enjoy being a part of.
And definitely, if you have a question and you don't want your name or your likeness or your voice, you can definitely ask that as well.
Absolutely.
And we're perfectly happy to answer questions
Absolutely
that way too. So
yeah, you can just comment if you'd like. You can comment, you know, on the YouTube channel below this video.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or if you have questions that you want to email in for us to address on the podcast, or even ideas for topics for upcoming podcasts that you would like to see, you can always email me that at ginger@marvelousmousetravels.com. And let me know if you have a question. And you can also go to my my Linktree page, which is www.GingerMMT.com, and that'll take you to all of my social media. So if you're comfortable reaching out via Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or something like that, you can submit questions that way too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're excited about this. We think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We hope it becomes a lot of fun for you too. This month. Oh no! I just remembered what this month's fun one was.
Mm-hmm.
This month, at the end of the month, the last Thursday of this month, in conjunction with the NCAA basketball tournament.
Oh yeah.
Is
March Madness.
Exactly. That last Thursday is the first Thursday of the Sweet 16 round.
Yeah.
So that weekend is the Elite Eight. So we're going to do a video on the Tuesday before that of drawing a bracket of the 8 most iconic Disney park snacks.
Yeah.
And then that Thursday, we're going to go through the bracket and pick a winner.
Yeah. Pick an overall favorite.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. I'm glad I remembered that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we said, we record these in batches.
Yes.
So
yes.
Occasionally, I'm sure from time to time, we will make a time reference or something that will end up not being 100% accurate. But that's just,
That's part of the game.
It's
man.
it's just authenticity. You get who we really are in this format.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're excited about it. Like I said, there's so many fun topics. We were just brainstorming last night about all the different fun topics that are on the horizon, and we're really excited to get into it.
Yeah, we are.
So please be sure to subscribe to this podcast. It's already available. We haven't even released the first full episode yet. It's already available on Spotify, obviously Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Breaker. So it's already getting out there, and so we're really excited about that. Hopefully it'll be maybe even before this podcast gets released, it'll already be on Apple Podcasts. But if not, hopefully soon after this one gets released. So there's plenty of ways to find us on the podcast platforms as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. We appreciate that as well. Please subscribe. And the good news is, and one last thing, I forgot to mention this. This is not by any means replacing all the resort tours and everything that, we typically do on youtube.com/GingerMMT. This is going to be supplementary to that. So the hope is that we're interacting with you more.
Yeah. Releasing more content.
Absolutely.
No, definitely. We love doing those resort tours. And the cool thing about Disney resorts is that they're always updating and they're always refurbishing and they're always adding things. So even for the resorts that we have full video tours already published, like our next video, little behind the scenes here, our next video that we're releasing is an update to our Coronado Springs resort tour, which includes the Gran Destino Tower. When we stayed at Coronado Springs and when we filmed that video, they had not opened Gran Destino Tower yet. And so we couldn't physically get in there before.
We just missed it.
And so, I was back in October for a training and stayed again at Coronado Springs, but our on-site trainings for our agency, we're going the whole time. So I didn't have, time to go around and do any lives or anything like that. 'Cause I was definitely filming, or not filming, but training and in classrooms and touring resorts and doing other things. So we were able to sneak back down there as a family and film that footage once the Gran Destino Tower actually opened to the public. And so we have that footage now, and we're going to get to kind of release an addendum to that video. So definitely our resort tours are not going away.
Not at all.
Not at all. We have plans starting the summer to start adding in more and more of the Universal resorts. So for instance, we already have Aventura, but we're gonna do Endless Summer, Royal Pacific, some of the others. I've got a training on site at Universal scheduled for June, so we're gonna take a couple days and go down there and film some stuff too. So yeah, we're kicking along with more of what we've been doing.
That's
and
right.
then just kind of adding this other element on top of it.
That's right. Yeah. Just like Jen said, the next normal video, I guess you could call it, that will come out, standard video, is the Grand Destino Tower. And then after that will be a video about the Disney Skyliner. So please stay tuned to this channel, man, because we're going to, like I said, hopefully we're going to be giving you even more content than we've been. So we're very excited. We hope you join us each Thursday for Travel with GingerMMT on this podcast and video podcast. And we'll be seeing you very soon.